Before we start this video, do like and subscribe to our channel and not miss on any updates.
So students, this time for September 25 exams for AFM, you've got 2.5 days. Usually what happens is, let's say FR is on 1st, then usually your AFM is on 3rd. Okay, you get roughly 1.5 days. But this time, instead of getting 1.5 days, you've got 2.5 days. Why? FR exam is on 3rd and the AFM exam, instead of scheduling it on 5th, they've scheduled it on 6th. So you have actually 2.5 days. So for September 25 students, this is a phenomenal opportunity. Even, even if you are slightly concerned, worried, tensed about AFM, you have 2.5 days, enough time to prepare aramse, peacefully, and go and excel in the exam. So I have created a plan which is a 2.5 day plan specifically for students of CA Final AFM who are attempting these exams in September 25. Right. What is there in this 2.5 day plan? I'll actually explain each topic, each chapter, how much time should you spend. How much time should you spend on each topic chapter day wise. Okay, I have made out this list. So you see, the things that I am going to be referring into in this particular video are as follows. Firstly, there is a English revision video playlist where I have covered chapters till Forex. Okay, this playlist you can actually go through on my YouTube channel. The link is given in here, and this particular PDF, whatever on which I am writing, that is updated already as part of the description of this particular video. So you can actually go and click this playlist and start watching the revision videos. Same way for your English also. I have a full-fledged English revision playlist also of all chapters put together. Then there is important questions for September 25. I have made out a list. Very clearly I have given a list. It is roughly, I think, about 160 questions, and in that questions I have tried to cover every variety of problems which can potentially be asked in exam. Okay. Then there is this last day revision notes. This last day revision notes, most of you already aware, it is a 200 page kind of comprehensive with questions, answers, with concepts, for theory, everything put together in one place. And finally, we have a formula sheet. You can download it from this link. So all these links are available here. You can go click the link and download the respective document, and of course you can also listen to the playlist. Now coming to the main thing, what is our main agenda? See, your FR exam is on 3rd. So 3rd if exam ends, you'll be back home by around, let's say, some 6 o'clock or so. You need to freshen up and all that. Please do not waste the day. Okay, please do not waste the day, but at the same time, don't stretch yourself on 3rd itself. So on 3rd, study for 3 to 4 hours. Study for 3 to 4 hours. And sleep well. Sleep for 8 hours on 3rd evening. Do not, compromise on sleep. On the exam day and the day before the exam, never compromise on sleep. Because you don't want to go to the exam with, very tired and sleepy face. Right? Because you need to be full energy. Right? So please sleep full 8 hours on 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay, please sleep full 8 hours. Then once you, on this 3rd you spend 3.5 hours. How do you spend also I will highlight. And then 4th you study for 14-15 hours. 5th you can study for 14-15 hours. And 6th also, wake up early in the morning and spend some time going through stuff, revising stuff, and spend 3-4 hours finishing topics. Totally you can spend roughly about 37 to 38 hours. See, some of you may want to spend 40 hours also. That is, I would say, don't stretch yourself so much. See, nothing is going to happen on the day or 2 days before the exam which you could not have done in the previous 3 months or 4 months. Just don't try and cram everything yourself with knowledge on the exam day or 2 days before exam, and don't expect that you will vomit in the exam and suddenly you will get marks. It doesn't work that way. Half the battle is won prior, half the battle is won 2 days before the exam. So whatever you have done in the last 2 months, 3 months, to that only you can add. Okay, you cannot say that I will start from zero. So please don't do this 60 hours, 70 hours complete study for 3 days. That will only spoil your mood. That will only create tension. That will only make you more sleepy on the exam day. So my suggestion is study 14-15 hours, sleep well, take breaks, sleep for 7-8 hours every day, and then go and attend the exam. Now, what are you supposed to do on the 3rd once you come back? Once you come back from FR exam, first, don't look at any reviews. Even ourselves, Suraj will give a review, I will give a review. My humble request is don't watch the review. Just throw the paper aside, keep the FR books aside, directly come to AFM paper. Okay, directly come to AFM paper. I know a lot of people will want to look at reviews, kaisa gaya, what happened, which question I made right. No, ignore all of those. Come and look at AFM books. Okay, freshen up and start with AFM preparation. What are you going to do? And you have to start slightly slow. Okay. please don't directly jump into Forex chapter. That is my request. I know a lot of people want to do that. So first start off with your financial policy corporate strategy. I know it sounds boring, but then you also have high motivation on that day. Okay, start with financial policy corporate strategy, spend an hour, okay, going through all the key points. What are you supposed to spend? This whole entire chapter is important, and especially new topic they've given in this new question, external financing requirement. Right, and modern day CFO, what are the roles? Then you also have things about what is interface of financial policy, corporate strategy, various things, whatever are the important. Entire chapter is important. There are 17-18 questions that can be asked. Go through all of them. Spend an hour going through this. Then once you do that, come to risk management chapter. Now this chapter, there is good element of theory, but there are some questions on VAR concept also. So please go through them. So questions on VAR and lot of theory. As I said, this chapter is good, very good theory related stuff. And last time, if you look at May exam also, they actually asked a theory question which was not direct. There was an importer, exporter, what are the kind of risks that they face. See, those are the kind of questions which test your knowledge. Right, it is not just about remembering, right? So please study this particular chapter carefully. Then after that, you please spend some time on revising the formulae every day. So if you look at this particular study plan, right, I will give you a revision of formulae all 3 days. In fact, all 4 days I give you. 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all 4 days I want you to revise formulae, because that revision of formulae gives you confidence I know this, I know this. If you get any sudden small doubt, you go back and check. Right, then and there go spend some time, check some questions and all of that. Don't think revision of formula is only revision of formula. You spend some time, you go through slowly, carefully. I know this, I don't know this. Oh, I forgot this. And now let me go and check that particular question. Okay, like that you do. You should not directly jump into questions. And then I suggest that you take a break on 3rd. Okay, go sleep. Please sleep peacefully for 8 hours. 7 hours is also okay, 8.5 is also okay. But sleep for 7 to 8 hours at least. Then you come to advanced capital budgeting. Start afresh on 4th morning. Spend 2.5 hours on this chapter. And what are the concepts you have to spend on? Hiller's method, equivalent annual cost, Monte Carlo, replacement decisions, certainty equivalent, coefficient of variation, and new question of May 25 and even November 24. There were some very interesting questions that were asked. So please spend time on those kind of questions. Right? May 25 question, very interesting question, and like that you may have concepts related to inflation, that Hiller's method, then at what point will NPV become 0, what is the sensitivity. Please go through all those questions, very important, right? Then you go to security analysis chapter. This is largely theory. There is some element of practical also, where you have this autocorrelation and exponential moving average. Please go through that. What is Dow Jones theory, Elliott wave theory, efficient market hypothesis, what is technical analysis, run test, and there was a question also, right? If you remember, what are the various kinds of tests, how will you figure out and all that in May 25 exam, right? So run test, autocorrelation test, bunch of these things. Please spend time. Just because it has appeared in May 25, there is no rule that it should not appear in September 25. So please go through that. Spend an hour and a half on that. Then you have security analysis, equities. Now this chapter is not very tough, but students too tend to make mistakes, especially when you have valuation of shares with how you value the shares with where it is a 2-stage dividend model, 3-stage dividend models. Please focus on arithmetical accuracy also in this particular chapter, because a lot of students make their mistakes there. And there is this question on stock lending. That's a good question that potentially can come because it has not been asked recently. How is dividend adjusted? What happens to the commission? Where is it upfront if something is paid? How do you compute it? There are a bunch of questions there, right? Please see. And of course, right shares, right? Then you come to security analysis, fixed income, again, 4th September only, and spend 2.5 hours on this. And this specifically focus on problems related to convexity, duration, then you have repo and commercial paper. Though they have a very different methodology of computing, don't forget that. Okay, term structure, bond financing, immunization. Immunization has not been asked for quite some time. Clean price, dirty price, accrued interest, convertible debentures, role of value. In this chapter, they've added this new concept of role of value. Please spend time on that. Right, then come to portfolio management. Again, we are still on 4th, right? We have 1.5 day more left. So 4th, you finish portfolio management, look at portfolio beta, minimum variance portfolio, critical line, single index model, APT, sharp tenor, Sortino ratio. Again, please note this new Sortino ratio they have added. This is a recent one. This is there in the syllabus only now from May 25. So please focus on that. Then CPPI, what are alternative investments, real estate, and what are the modes of investment in gold. This also has been added. Please focus on all these things, because the new things, right, especially focus on that. There is a new theory that is added from SFM to AFM. All those new theory concepts are very, very important. Every chapter has something or the other. Okay, there is a list I have given in my free resources of all the new theory. Please go through that. Then on that day, last you spend time on these two things, on this thing, which is mutual funds. You spend time on mutual funds where you go through all questions. You remember in May 25 there was a question on dividend reinvestment. Some people did not even prepare for that, right? So the questions where there are units or returns or holding period is missing. Please focus on that. And dividend reinvestment also please go through. And roll off FIIs, please go through that. Then you can actually go and review the formula once again. Please review the formula once again. Then next day, start afresh. Start afresh with securitization. Securitization and derivative. Securitization, spend an hour. Entire theory is important. Okay, what is PO, IO, everything. Okay, then what is pass-through certificate, pay-through certificate, all that. Then derivatives, futures and options. Here, please spend some time. Derivatives and forex, these are important chapters which you should do. See, if you look at this, right, I am saying go in the order of the material. There are some people who will say, "Nay, sir, I want to go in the order of importance." If you want to go in the order of importance, then please focus on these chapters. Derivatives, futures, forex, interest rate risk management, portfolio management, and your advanced capital budgeting. These contain roughly 45 marks to 50 marks in the exam. So if you want to start it that way, do it. But then I am giving you how much time you should spend on each chapter. That is what I would rather look at. Rather than trying to say I will do only important chapters first, I will spend all time on that and next day I will not do. No, don't do that. Spend time on all chapters because questions can come from all chapters, and ICA's last 2-3 attempts, if you see, they are giving tough questions from easy chapters and easy questions from tough chapters. Okay. Spend a couple of hours on derivatives, futures separately and options separately, MTM, changing portfolio beta, theoretical futures, continuous compounding, what is natural log, all of that please remember. Then when it comes to options, spend time on delta hedging, portfolio replication method, risk neutral, real options. Please, real options is a question that can be potentially asked. It was asked in November 24, not in May 25, but it can again be asked. Okay, then you have this entire new theory of credit derivatives, electricity, weather, exotic options, Greeks. Please spend time on that. These are very, very, very important questions from theory perspective. You have 10 marks in theory, don't lose that 10 marks. Then you can come and spend time on forex. Basically go through entire money market hedge, fate of forward contract. Both of these, a lot of students actually leave them out. I released videos on fate of forward as well as money market hedge in my revision. Please go through them carefully. I've tried to explain them as simply, clearly, easily as possible. Call and put options in currency, suppliers credit, LC related stuff, and again new theory on payment gateway and SWIFT. Then lastly, that day, right, you finish off international management, interest rate risk management, and business valuation, right? Of course, again, you revise theory. Now, in this also, please note, what are you supposed to do? You are supposed to go through foreign currency, home currency approach, withholding tax related questions, GDRs. Then you have adjusted present value. They have not asked a question on this for quite some time. IFSC, sovereign wealth fund, very good question, possibility, MIRR concept. And in interest rate risk management, you have FRAs, caps, collars, benchmark rates. Benchmark rates is a new question that they can potentially ask. Futures, your cheapest to deliver bond. This again is a wonderful question that they can ask. Overnight index swap, again that can be asked. Then finally, you go through business valuation chapter. This again is a very, very important thing, especially because from new theory perspective, they've asked about, they've given details of distressed company valuation, startup valuation methods, valuation of digital platforms, ESG. These are all good quality theory questions, not only practical questions. Because business valuation, a lot of people tend to think it's only a practical chapter. No, there are very, very good quality theory questions, and especially the distressed company valuation, they can potentially ask new questions, practical questions from them, that even though they have not given that in the study material. Okay, and I have made some questions and given them out. I have released a video also. Please go and check that out. Then please end the day with formula revision. Please spend 1 hour revising all the formula. Again, revise formula. Very, very important. Finally, next day morning, don't have too many things on your plate. Anything that is left out from previous day, go through it. But finish one chapter M&A and the second chapter startup. Have only these 2 chapters. Don't have too many chapters on the last day before the exam. Spend 2-3 hours on that and go through various types of swap ratio. How do you arrive at it? A lot of students forget or get actually confused with this, right? Don't get into that confusion. Spend time peacefully and go through all the problems, things I have highlighted, things you have marked as important, go through them. And there are these questions on potential questions on SPAC, reasons for M&A failure, what are takeovers, defense mechanism. Please study all of those. And then start of chapter is, entire chapter is important. Last time, if you remember, they asked, right, at various stages, please fill in the table. They've actually said that fill a table, what is the time frame for which they invest, what is the time at which they invest, what are the risks that they face, all of that. So entire chapter is important. Please spend time on that. And again, before going to the exam, revise all formulae once and go and land up at the exam center. Okay, roughly I've given 36 hours. So my suggestion, you can go up to 38, 40 also, but don't go into this 50, 60 hours. It is practically not possible. Okay, don't do all of that stuff. Please spend time wisely, spend time peacefully. It has to be productive. Productivity is more important. Efficiency is more important than blindly spending time in revision. Okay, make wonderful use of this 2.5 days opportunity that you've got. You typically don't get this for other exams. Please try and make the best use of this. Okay, chaliye, any doubts, any questions, anything that you have, please do feel free to reach out to me. Do like and share this video, subscribe to our channel, and keep for asking me any queries. I'm more than happy to assist you in all your queries till exam date. Okay, chaliye, all the very best and do very well in your exams.